I'm sure you've seen them flitting around atop
I like learning about bugs. Bugs are cool. Do you guys like bugs or not?
a pond like some frolicking water puppies. I mean, who knows what they're up to, but it looks like fun, doesn't it? Look at that one, rolled right on his back.
If you don't like bugs, you're racist. Because bugs are an important part of many cultures.
Now, if you want to play around on the surface of the water, there's a couple ways to do it.
You're drowning!
Sort of half in, half out, like this fly. You know, have a nice little float
I don't think he's having a good time.
around.
POV, the fly in your toilet.
However, this fly isn't really...
You guys ever see a bug in your toilet? What do? Do you, like, get him out, or you just effing flush it? Or do you just, like, pee on him and then flush him? Oh my god. Flush it? No, dude. You guys are doing the trolley problem IRL. I would scoop him out with not my hand, and then, I don't know, dude. Flush him, he's not paying rent. What the frick?
built for water sports.
You guys are sadistic. I eat it. Freaky odd chatter. You're freaky. You're weird, bro.
Because
you're
water
mad weird.
striders are very good at hunting things that have accidentally wet themselves. Jerry, that's an awkward line. They have this long needle-like proboscis at the end of their face, and they can use it to poke right through the outside of a fly.
Ew!
Ooh, didn't say it was easy.
Bro, getting his guts sucked out of a straw.
Once the proboscis
Jesus
is in there,
Christ!
it squirts out some digestive juices. He starts digesting the fly from the inside out. And this particular fly couldn't give a shit.
Ain't no way. Yo, it's about to get freaky. Yo, the flies match the energy.
It's washing its hands. Get on with it. That proboscis has a little flexi straw inside of it, and they use that to suck out the insides. Anyway, if you fall into some water and are struggling, water spiders are like the opposite of a lifeguard. They're a death something. They're doormen, because they let people in. Death doormen. And then soon enough, you got a whole bunch of them. It's like a buffet. But like a dirty buffet. Because while you're eating, someone might just hop on and start having sex.
Why don't the bugs start eating each other? Just effing shank each other.
Sex with you. You need more than a sneeze guard on that buffet, I'll tell you what.
Chad, take a shot every time it gets freaky.
Away, didn't it? Up close, things get freaky.
Why are they making a human pyramid?
Now, these insects can hunt and fight.
Yo, PewDiePie pattern.
Have relations on top the water without getting wet because of surface tension. Just a quick refresher, water molecules are into bondage.
My parents have a lot of tension.
Neighbors. It's like an orgy. You don't know whose bits you're pulling on or letting go of. It's fluid, get it? Now, under the surface, that grabbing is in all directions.
Wait, we've seen this?
On the surface, one side is air.
We've seen this before?
Those molecules, they're on the outside of the orgy.
Yes?
The little heinies getting all chilly. They can only get grabbing down into the sides.
How am I don't remember any of this? Are you serious? Watch again? What do we do, chat? Keep watching? Okay.
And this extra grabbing along the surface...
Wait, if someone grabs this video and then puts a side-by-side version of me reacting to the video then versus now, is that gonna be really embarrassing?
This causes a layer of molecules to act almost like an
elastic
sheet.
Do not do that!
And you can sit right on top of it.
Do not do that!
Well, you can't.
I have very unique reactions every time.
Some key adaptations.
Thank you.
If you look close at these little bastards, you can see they're a bit furry. That's because most of their body is covered with
this is where you guys probably said that's you, and I said no.
So
now I'm gonna say yaha.
Water doesn't want a bondage with. On the legs, you can see that the tips of the seti
Dementia at 32 years old.
so as not to be pokey-pokey on the surface.
Wow.
You can also see that the individual seti are grooved. And that's because all this hairiness and roughness trap little pockets of air, which can act like a cushion between the insect and the water's surface. Your whole body is covered with these little seti, and I'll give you one reason why. Rain, which is f***ing traumatic at this size. But look at that, they're cool with it. It looks like some of them are even having fun. Look at this one riding the upswing and doing a backflip. This incredible ability to repel water allows them to hang out on the surface. But it also means there's not all that much friction on that surface. It's like standing on a greased up trampoline.
So wait, for these bugs, the water's like gelatin, chat. Am I crazy?
With roller skates on. So if they want to move, they have to use some tricks. Even though those little hairs are water repellent, the fact that they're all pointed in one direction and a little bendy means that they can generate very small adhesive forces with the surface, but only if you go against the grain. Use that in addition to pushing off
if they're
the
upside
side
down,
of
they'll
those
drown.
that they make. so they don't break the surface, but rather transfer
That's
their
how you beat them,
momentum to
chat.
water
You flip them
underneath the
upside
surface.
down.
The strokes leave behind a
They're only
trail of
one-way
these
compatible
swirling
with
horseshoe
water.
vortices, a lot like what you might
that a
see
Van
behind
Gogh?
a boat being rowed. This sort of movement,
Just hit him with
rowing
the
and
turtle.
gliding, is quite efficient, but it's not the only way to do it. Some other water-walking
I thought I
insects
clicked
use
on a
what's called a
VOD.
tripod gait. It can look a bit awkward and it's not as efficient. But this sort of movement allows them to walk both on water and solid surfaces, which certainly comes in
it's a
handy if
refresher.
your pond's filled with duckweed. Can't
bug
row through that
fart.
shit. Now, even though this looks a bit more like walking, the interaction with the water's surface is similar to the water strider.
He's like ice skating.
Little waxy hairs trapping pockets of air and
Ew.
creating vortices. But listen, there's times where you might need a bit more oomph in your step. For one, there's things right below you that want to eat you, and they can see you quite well. It's like if the lions at the zoo were just behind some saran wrap. The water strider's not going to
It's the new
rowboat its way
Jurassic
out of
Park.
this one, so instead it jumps. And they're quite good at it too. But I know what you're thinking, Clever Nipples. Water striders can fly. Well, it turns out by the time they've started the engines and gotten through the safety
Wait, he's gonna
station,
flip
they'll be
upside
fish
down.
food.
If he flips, he dies.
A smaller
oh,
water strider
edge.
can do all this without breaking the surface, but some of the larger ones break through and push off the water below. And you
Wow.
can see all those air bubbles that their legs bring with them.
Very cool.
But not everyone is gifted with such long-ass legs. Springtails, for example. I mean, looking at them, you wouldn't think that
These look like bug Teletubbies.
hurdles would be their event. But Lindsay here has some serious ups.
How
Lindsay
are
here
you
is quite the
walking on
jumper.
water?
And that's because most springtails have you'll never guess.
That's not
a
fair.
springtail. Well, sort of. The science hippies call it a fricula. And
Yo,
most of the time,
she got the fricula. She got the fricula 3000, dude. I mean, the hus wear the pants in the relationship.
and
What
they
the
keep
heck?
it tucked in like a sad dog butt.
They tuck in their
like
fricula.
a sad dog.
They
But
tuck
if
their
they need to get
fricula.
away in a hurry, they can pop it out.
What?
Jerry, what the hell was that? It barely moved. And it couldn't
That
escape
was
a
actually
fart.
pathetic,
Do
yeah.
another one. Oh, all right, that's better. I know what you're thinking. That's cool, but it's basically jumping just with your
gonna
ass. But if you
swing
look close,
from
they've got
the
another little trick going on. They've got a little pulley thing on their tum-tum that attracts water. So you can see as they take off, they take a little drop of water with them.
Oh,
and that's because
bubble.
if you launch yourself into a crazy backflip,
bubble.
you're going to pull out all the stops to stick the landing.
Yeah.
First thing they do is change their posture midair.
Whoa.
And as
Whoa.
they fall, this gives them a better chance of
Why does it look like Gmod physics? I mean, this don't make any sense.
landing right side up.
This
Now,
looks
if they
like
don't,
edited physics.
Because their bodies are water repellent, they'll bounce around a bit. And that's embarrassing for a springtail. But if they get it just
That
right,
is
they can use that
embarrassing.
little drop of water they've been carrying to attach to the water's surface. It's sticking the landing, but with like real sticking. Now, springtails aren't the only ones to realize the benefits of having some body parts that attract water. Look, Darnell here wants to show you his. Many of these water walkers have a pair of claws
Chat, if you ever feel bad, just remember you're attractive to water.
on the tips of their legs. They're smooth so they don't trap air, and water is attracted to them, and they can use them to pull up on the surface of the water. You might say big deal, but it allows them to do a bit of a magic trick. Here you can see Mesovelia try to scramble up the curve at
Mesovelia.
the edge of the glass. That doesn't work, but then watch this. Let me explain.
Yes.
When water molecules come
Is
in
that when they
contact
put
with
soap
something
in
that
the
they're
water?
more attracted to than other water molecules,
Yeah.
they bond with it. But
Yeah.
not only that, they'll start to climb up that surface and pull their neighbors along with them. This creates a curve in the water that changes the direction of the forces acting on the water molecules. You got gravity, surface tension, the attraction of water molecules to each other and to the new surface. And eventually they balance each other out. But this
Yeah.
is essentially a frictionless hillside if you're small like Delilah here. And her water walking won't work, she just slides right off. So to climb it, she first turns
Wait,
and
so they're
faces
like
it head
wizards,
on.
they use
Then she
spells.
pulls the surface up with her front legs, but also with her hind legs, while simultaneously pushing down with her middle legs.
Yeah.
Now, this changes the surface tension and the direction that these forces are pulling, and suddenly many symbols appear. But the bottom line is that the changes to the shape of that curve create an imbalance of forces that pull
Are you telling me this dude is doing more physics than our effing X Blue Sky? Who the frick makes it X SpaceX motherfuckers? We're getting
them
outdone
up
by a
until they're
bug.
balanced again. Now this is especially helpful if you're a little beetle larva like this one. Not water repellent, no fancy hooks.
European
Wouldn't even have to dress up
college
to
is
be
this
a fish
bug's
food pellet
playground.
for Halloween. But watch, it creates a curve by arching its body. Zoop. And that
zoop.
means it can get to an edge and climb out to safety.
Edge.
Now these forces that
Edge.
pull two curves together are the same ones
Edge.
that cause your Cheerios to clump. And it also works if both curves are pointed down into the water's surface.
Wow, that's an analogy for gravity.
Now, it can get a little awkward if you run into your ex. All right, well, it was good to see you. I have to,
How do they escape?
Teeny microvelia, like Deborah here. Oh, that's not Deborah. It's Casey.
Hi, Deborah.
Like Casey here.
Hi, Casey.
Have another trick up there. Well, you'll see.
Are they hacking an ant?
Feet and legs get tired from all the scampering. They can just stop and go, and look at that, they take off like a little rocket. I know what you're thinking, fart power. No, what they're doing is releasing a small droplet of liquid out their butt. And this liquid acts like dish detergent would if you put a drop into some water with pepper suspended on the surface. The molecules of these liquids will sit on the surface of the water and get in between water molecules.
Yeah.
So then there's less water bondage on the surface
less
and
bondage.
less surface tension.
More
the water
love.
surrounding that droplet has higher surface tension. And because of that, it pulls on the area of lower surface tension. And this becomes a kind of wave that you can surf.
Wait, so this bug is in your cereal. He's gonna fart soap into it.
And you can try this in a pool. Release something out your butt and see how fast everyone moves away.
What?
Zinger.
Freaky off, Frank. Freaky Frank.
What do you mean you called it? It's not whoever sees it first. It's not shotgun.
What is happening?
What the hell?
No!
You just bit my ass. No, my ass does not look like a fly's ass. You did that on purpose.
Yo, this fish
Don't go around
sucks.
biting someone's ass because you have hurt feelings.
How
Stop
they
it.
won't be
Even if
wanting
you did
right
call
now.
It, God damn it. Even if you... Oh, this is ridiculous.
Cut
I'm
the
saying, how would I have
camera.
heard you? Ow.
What did I just witness, man? Merch plug. Okay, chat. I didn't remember I saw that video, but I did remember the part with the water gun bending at the end. So thank you. I do remember part of that video. 22 pauses total. Congrats. You know what? Frick you. Hey. Frick you. Frick you. Frick you. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, count that. Nerd.